Okay, YouTube. Okay, so in this video, I would like to give you some tools and some guidelines in terms of how you can sell your products. And so I'm gonna talk about a specific product here. Today, I was called by a company, and the company was trying to sell me a POS. For those who do not are not familiar with POS, is if you have a business, you have a system where you can take a credit card, uh, debit card, cash, and that's usually enabled by a bank or by a specific company or a payment processing company. So, so the person was trying to tell me, because this is not the first time. It's been quite a while since I've been in business, and the main the main point of their sell is about giving me cheaper fees. So they're saying the processing that we will give you, we will not charge you a lot of money. We will charge you maybe less than what you're using right now. So this has been the main point of sale, especially if you open a business. You will be contacted by the banks, by payment processing company, and they wanted to sell you like the credit card device, and everybody's trying to compete in terms of what kind of uh, in terms of selling you, but selling you their product. But the problem with their selling point is all about is all about the fees, and I didn't see that as a compelling point of sale, because I have already a point of sale, and it allows me to be able to have reports. I have the website. From the website, I'll be able to see all my sales, and it gives. I'm very comfortable with the POS that I'm using, and I'm not ready to change it because somebody's proposing me uh, fewer. I mean, less proposing me a little bit of less fee compared to what I'm using, and I don't think that's a very compelling. And I'm going to give you some tips in terms of how you can sell better your product. So let's start with the product. So how can you sell it if you have uh, a product, a specific product that people can use it? Okay, so the first point for me is it has to be the product has to have a unique differentiation. So it has to be very different compared to what people are using currently, because it's very difficult uh, for for small businesses to just to change their POS, or their point of sale completely, because overnight it's not an easy thing to do. So in order to convince me to convince me, for me to buy your product, your POS. So in this case, I'm using a specific example. I'm not ready to change that because it has a lot of hardware. Okay, it has a tablet. It has okay, all the cables, the hardware. So a lot of things are connected. So I'm not ready just to change it because your point of sale is just what you're proposing is just a little bit cheaper than what I'm using. So your product has to be very different. It has a in terms of it has to have something that very appealing. Okay, it's not similar to, or is adding it as a new thing to the existing system. Okay, let's move on. So your product has to be very convenient. Product convenience is very important, meaning the way people can use it is very easy to use it. That's very important. Let me go through very quickly because I'm taking a lot of time. And the next point is product reliability. The product has to be reliable. If the product is not reliable, people, even if you offer the, to your customer, to your clients, small businesses, you still have issues. People, the first time you offer them, it has to work the first time because people, they don't have time. A lot of people, they just want to deal with something and get on to the next one. So the first thing, the first time you ship your product out, make sure that it is effective, is very efficient, is reliable. And the other point that I would like to add is your product has to have extraordinary features. Okay, in order to convince me to purchase your product, in this case the POS, it has to have really different features. Uh, it has to be more efficient than the POS that I'm using. Okay, in terms of the website, in terms of the back end, in terms of being very efficient in organizing the inputs, the sales, in organizing everything. So it has to be it has to have extraordinary features. That's another point. And the other one is customer support. I mean, you provide a hardware and a software combined kind of product. You have to be able to provide uh, support. You have to provide technical support. If your clients has some issues, they can just contact you right away, and you'll be able to solve that issue. That's very important. If you are not there when they have issues, it might really affect because the problem. What you don't know is a lot of times. I'm talking right now. I'm talking to those who are selling those products specifically. So what you don't know is people are thinking about always to have better POS or something that can ease their business. So when they when they ask for help and you are not there, in their back mind they already have a note saying, "Oh, this company, they don't provide services." And then the minute a different company comes up and they provide services, they provide customer service, they will jump on people will jump on it and take the service or their product. So you have to be very mindful of that. So let's get to the next point. The next point, this is the last point that I would like to make. In terms of the price or the fees, if your processing fees are cheaper than uh, what I'm currently using, that's not enough. You know, in order for me to change my POS system, the I'm not really concerned about the fee. I'm not really concerned about the difference of 10 cents, 5 cents. That's not the main issue. So you have to take all these points that I just made into consideration. Okay, then you'll be able to convince me that you have a better product. But the fees and the price is completely irrelevant in many cases. People, they want something reliable. They want something, the convenience, uh, extraordinary features. So these kind of uh, customer support. So these are the really important points that I made. You have to consider this point. Then you'll be able to also insert the fact that your product has a cheaper price or you charge less than other companies. So the reason I'm making this is especially when the companies that do the payment processing for POS, they usually, this is the only point of sale they have. Oh, we have a lesser fees than this company or that company. But for me, from my perspective, that's not really convincing. Okay, that's the reason why I try to make this video in order to make clear that if you are in this category, in this kind of business, you will need to consider these few steps that I made in order for you to sell your product. So this may apply to different products too. So these are the point I made. If you have a different point of view, if you have a experience something similar, you can comment. If you like the video, you can also uh, share it if you want, and make sure you subscribe too. Thank you very much.